Now, the part of the leaked message that I saw before I got off Twitter was where I'd asked him about an allegation that I'd seen in the expose, and I said, didn't you handle this? That allegation was connected to the 2022 story that I shared in the first part, where he said he had done something wrong to this girl, and I told him to apologize. So when I said I thought you handled it, I meant I thought you handled it by apologizing. It's just that I didn't type the whole thing out. And not only that, he also leaked the message with her name in it, also doxing her. And he also didn't include the part where he said, I'm going to sue her. Why would you sue your victim for talking about what you did to her? At that point, I knew that he had not shared all the details of what he had done to that girl. So I reached out to her and I said, tell me what happened. And when she told me, I was like, Christ. And I told her, look, I'm so sorry. I should have actually reached out to you and I should have heard from you, but I just didn't want to get involved. But I apologized to her and I just told her, look, block him. Don't ever get involved with him. She didn't even know he had leaked the message with her name in it. So we both realized that in a way we had both been manipulated and harmed by the same person. Like, imagine that. And this girl, I swear, is at least 5 or 6 years younger than me, and I'm being generous. Now, of course, because Twitter is Twitter, suddenly I'm now the bad guy. I'm a liar. Came on the internet to cry and say I was abused, but look, they said they gave you a house, they gave you a car, you're this, you're two-faced. I was getting messages, nasty messages to that private number that I had, and I just felt myself just going like this, sinking. My high school friends kept their distance. New relationships that I was working on, professional and social, ghost. My fellowship members, ghost. Like, I can count on one hand how many of my friends were left, and I'm so grateful for those ones because they were the ones that held me together as I was just sinking deep into this depressive episode. After the doxing happened, I called Mary and I was like, look, I don't care what he tweeted about me. That's you guys' business. But my phone number is on the internet and I need it to be taken down. And she's like, oh, he shouldn't have leaked your phone number. But you called me wicked in your video. So I told him to go on the internet and tweet about you so that people will not have the wrong impression of me. That was how I found out that the both of them planned it. And it was all because Mary didn't want the external perception of her to change. She didn't want anyone to think or see her as a wicked and cruel person, even though that's exactly who she is. It was important for her that her Ikoyi Club friends didn't look at her any kind of way. And in smearing my name and attempting to damage my reputation, it took the attention and spotlight away from what Joseph did and then focused on me as a liar and as someone who claimed to be a victim but was not a victim. Now, in November of 2023, this is a couple of months after the smear campaign, I get an interesting offer from Mary. She tells me that she wants me to come and live with her, move into her house. So I should leave where I am staying and pack my things out and move in with her. And she's like, you get your own space. I knew immediately that the reason why Mary wanted me to live with her was so Joseph and her could have access to me again and possibly harm me in horrible ways because I made that video standing my ground. I would never ever intentionally give Joseph access to me. And the only way Joseph can have access to me directly is if I am in the same house with Mary. So I already knew that was a ploy and a plan to cause me physical harm, if not to go as far as unaliving me. That same month in November, Mary returned from a trip to Morocco and came back with a boo-boo for me. And she sent her daughter to give the boo-boo to me. And I declined the gift. And I sent Mary a text message saying, don't buy me any gifts. I want absolutely nothing from you because now I know that when you guys give gifts, is to control, manipulate, or have some kind of hold over me. And then I made it clear to her that I will never in my lifetime live with her, be in the same space with her. I made it very clear. I said, don't ever in your life invite me to live with you again after the horrible thing you and Joseph did to me in August, something that literally cost me so much. And after sending that text, I think that's when I finally cracked. Because it was in November that I made the attempt on my life. And it was, I believe, 2 weeks after I got that text message about the gift from her. Now, I went no contact with Mary in April of 2024, and I've mentioned why I went no contact with her. She said some pretty despicable things during a phone call that month. But let me share something else that she said. During that phone call, after mocking my father's grave and insulting me and calling me names, Mary then starts to accuse me of being the one that exposed Joseph and all the things that he did to those girls, including what he did at the gallery. And I'm like, excuse me? I most definitely did not. And she's like, yes, you did. You have been angry with him since he did that thing to you in 2018. You mean when he threatened to unalive me and I had to escape from home? Well, that's valid, but I was not the one that started the expose. I didn't have anything to do with it. They gave me a heads up and I informed you and Joseph, but I most definitely was not involved in it. And she's like, yes, you were. It was after you made your video that all the gossip blogs started to carry the story. And I was like, no, I made my video after everything came out, and she knows this, but she was trying to convince me, because if I accept that yes, I was the one, then she can go to her friends and say, yes, you see, I told you that she was the one. She had already lied to her friends that I was the one behind the expose. And I was like, please, I will not take credit for something Ozietomi and her friends did. I will not take credit for that. And I kept repeating over and over again, I did not start this. You knew from day one that something was going to come out. And instead of you to convince that young man to go and apologize, you doubled down and you told him that evil people were after him and that he should go to Mountain of Fire to go and wash his head. Like, how can you try to convince me of something that I did not do? Gaslighting 101. Well, thanks for watching till the end. If you stay till the end, I am grateful to be alive. I am grateful for the friends that stuck by me and knew that I am not the kind of person that would ever encourage that kind of behavior. And to the people that left, that kept their distance, I mean, it's okay. Everybody has free will. If you chose to believe what you heard, if you cyberbullied me, insulted me, called me names, that's really okay. I am happy and I have the people in my life who love me, and that's all that matters to me. I rebuilt. I will still continue to rebuild. And I know that I will be 10 times better as a result of walking away from these two terrible, awful people.